There have been numerous institutional reports and predictions on the RWA space. My question for you is, what do you think is the number one thing that will facilitate and scale that growth that doesn't exist today on-chain or off-chain?
I think the quality of the assets is a really good point. We were saying that in 2018, 2019 as well, though. I think that is like a prerequisite. It's just not helpful if you've got poor assets that nobody wants to buy. But from a regulatory perspective, you can tokenize things right now. You can bring real-world assets on-chain, but there's just limitations, whether it's geographic limitations or technical limitations that you need to put in place. The time frame for when you see like a proliferation, 10 years out. Realistically, you can just look at time frames from like Gensler's in office. You've got 3 years of nothing getting done, guaranteed. So you're 3 years out on that. Then you got somebody else who comes in who's going to have no idea about any of this. Then you're like, oh, I got some good ideas. Like, let's start talking about this. And then you're like, okay, well, we got to get some kind of like regs actually passed, have comment periods, talk through it. And you're like solid like 8 years by the time that actually happens, if not 9 or 10. That's the realistic time frame where you see like regulations that say, okay, we're going to look at like blockchain technology, and then we're going to look at those benefits, the intermediaries removed, the transparency, the efficiency. We're going to recognize those benefits, and we're going to actually create laws that recognize them. That's going to take a very long time. And when it finally happens, I think is when you're going to see things like really take off. Everything that happens until then, frankly, extremely important to continue to build infrastructure, knowledge to finally get there. And frankly, it's those who can build over that period of time and sustain over that period of time that are going to do really well.